Hi there and welcome to another how to trade video. Today's video is I just want to look at something which is really interesting, which is happening in the markets. And as we always say, is you need to keep abreast of what's happening in the financial world, because what's happening in the financial world obviously dictates what's going to be happening in the market in the future. A lot of people have been going on about watching the Greek bond 10-year yield rate. That's the rate at which Greece can borrow money, and now focus has been shifted to Italy, and the rate at which Italy can borrow money for 2 years is now over 7%, which is the rate which Greece started to have trouble with, and Portugal and Spain, etc. So not Spain, but sorry, Portugal and Ireland. Once their 10-year borrowing rate hit 7%, then they need bailouts. Italy hit that last week, and we saw a fall in the markets. But something else I want you to keep your eye on, which isn't in the news and probably won't be for a while, is sovereign credit default swaps. And I'm going here to CNBC, and I want to show a country which is also beginning to get into problems. Probably isn't in the news yet, but it will be fairly soon, I would have thought, and that's France. Beforehand, just so you can see what a credit default swap is, here it is here. So these are credit default swaps, and what a credit default swap is basically is it's a kind of insurance policy against a country defaulting on money that you have lent it. So, for example, if you were to buy if you were to lend America $10 million at an interest rate of whatever it is to now 2%, you could take out insurance to ensure that in the event that America defaulted on that loan, then you would get paid by the person who sold you that insurance policy. No different than if you had a car or a house. And obviously the person who's selling you that insurance policy will look at America and decide whether they're likely to default or not in deciding how much they're going to charge you. Okay, so here is Greece. Here is Greece. And as you can see, Greece here, and these are all basis points here. Okay, so these are all basis points. So Greece are paying well, that's a lot, 70%. So obviously someone thinks Greece is going to default. And what I wanted to show you is France. So France is up here, and France is now have to pay 226 basis points, which basically means 2.26%. So for every $10 million that France has in debt, to insure it is going to cost $226,000. Now I just wanted to show you what was interesting and why we need to keep an eye on these figures. France is at 226, but then let's look at Indonesia, and Indonesia is at 218. Okay, and what's important for you to understand is that the United Kingdom's at 91 and the United States is at 50. So France is keeping is up there with Indonesia, 226 and 218, and here's Ireland, and that's 735. Why this is important, like the France and Indonesia thing, is then if we go to Wikipedia, we're going to look at the countries by credit rating, and a credit rating basically shows, a credit rating shows how stable a company, how stable a country or a company is, and the likelihood of them defaulting on their debts. And AAA is obviously the best. So we have Germany, Australia, Austria, etc. AAA's. You'll remember the United States was downgraded in the summer of 2011, and that's what kind of preceded the turmoil we're seeing now. And anyway, here's France. France is at AAA here, so you can see France has got a AAA rating there. But what was interesting is we wanted to see Indonesia, and Indonesia is all the way down here. You see that? So BB plus, which is a long way down from a AAA, and a BB plus is considered almost junk, so like a junk bond. Why this is interesting is that France is a AAA, and yet is almost paying exactly the same insurance as Indonesia, not too far away. You'll recall Indonesia is at 218 and France is at 226. So France is paying more in insurance now than Indonesia. It costs more to insure French debt than it does Indonesia debt. What this means going forward in the future is the AAA credit rating of France is in serious trouble, and France itself is somewhere in trouble, obviously. Keep an eye on the 10-year bond yields for France, because no doubt they're going up. France is one of the only countries in Europe which hasn't defaulted in a long time. And if we thought we had problems with Greece and Italy and Spain, you can't even believe the world of trouble we're going to be in if France gets into trouble. Anyway, just wanted to share that with you guys. Take care and have a great day.